I work security at a haunted house. I've been working security for years, and it's a great line of work because mostly nothing ever happens. Overnight security is the best because I'm naturally nocturnal and hate supervision. On resumes, that's known as self-motivated. In my years of overnight security, the most paranormal thing that's ever happened to me is this time I saw a wisp of smoke. It was right in front of me and came from nowhere. Hung there a few minutes and then dissipated like regular smoke would. I was alone. I don't smoke. There was no fire. It just appeared, lingered, and dispersed. It's enough to make me feel weird about it and remember it, but also insignificant and easily explained in a way I just haven't thought of yet. So I'm able to get on with my life without rethinking my entire belief system. My last gig was overnight security at a warehouse. There was a rat problem, and I'll admit, those buggers freak me out. Walking the stacks during rounds and having them dart out nearly gave me a heart attack more than once. I like rats, though. Some guys told me about how they'd stomp on them when they could, but I'm more sympathetic to the rats than I am to the assholes I worked with. I did blame a lot of stuff on those rats, though. Noises, things falling, apparitions, typical rat stuff. Like the first time I saw a full body apparition, it freaked the shit out of me. And then I was like, oh, it's just those fucking rats again, and went on with my rounds. Sometimes I'd hear a child's voice in the basement that sounded exactly like a kid I grew up with who died on the property before they made it a warehouse. Really disturbing until I figured out it was just those damn rats again. Anyway, I ended up losing that job. Not my fault. They had to shut the place down when a forklift levitated and crushed a guy. Dangers of the job, you know? Anyway, I still landed somewhere cushy. Almost the first place I applied, too. Found the ad in the newspaper, haunted house. Overnight security guard wanted. Experience with ghouls and asset. I bullshitted my way through the interview about the whole ghouls thing. Just told them about how I grew up next to Pacific Islanders who were practicing shamans and how I'd witnessed all their blood sacrifices and all the times I'd seen dead people when I rode the bus in my neighborhood. They seemed really excited by that for whatever reason, and I got the job on the spot. Anyway, my first night shift was yesterday, and it was pretty busy around that place. There were so many people talking, and I tried all night to find them so I could let them know the place was closed for the night, but they just kept moving around. Must have found their way out at some point, though, because eventually the conversation stopped. The walls, too, they started leaking all this red paint, so I made a note of it for the caretaker because I guess the paint was running or something. So many footsteps, too. Sounded like a bunch of kids running around. Anyway, when I was leaving at the end of my shift, the owners asked me if anything weird had happened overnight. I was like, nah, but I think you've got a pretty serious rat problem. Should probably get an exterminator in here.